You followed the rules. You saved in your 401k. Maybe you're making progress towards paying off the house. But here's the truth. Retirement, as you imagine it, it doesn't exist anymore. If you're not careful, your golden years could feel more like a slow motion train wreck. I'm Phil Clark, founder of Omnistar Financial Group, and I've advised high net worth families and businesses for more than 3 decades. Today, I'm breaking down 5 uncomfortable truths that could derail your retirement and what you can do to fix them now. Truth number 1, the 4% rule. It's dead. The 4% rule is you withdraw 4% of your nest egg each year in retirement and supposedly never run out of money. Now, it sounds great until you realize that rule was built many decades ago when interest rates were much higher than they are today. And markets, they were mostly on a tear. Today, bonds are still yielding around 4% if you're lucky, but those rates are not likely to hold. Dividend yield from the S&P 500 is below 1.5%. Not to mention, most experts believe stocks are way overvalued. Not only will they fail to pay you a good dividend yield, the upside may also be limited because they're so overvalued. Now, if you're blindly following the 4% rule, you might be drawing down too fast. This idea can also lead investors to take too much risk. In fact, Dave Ramsey says you can easily take 8% per year from your investment account.
I'm perfectly comfortable drawing 8, but if you want to be a little bit conservative, 7, but sure not 5 or 3.
Without any worry, and still grow the account by 4% a year. Now, this kind of planning leaves out a lot of details, and it could be setting you up for failure. Truth number 2, you'll spend more, not less, in retirement. In fact, the first 10 years of retirement, what we've learned after 30 plus years, those are the go-go years, and they're typically the most expensive years. You're ready to get on the move and do all those things that are part of your bucket list. Therefore, when you add travel and hobbies and grandkids, second homes, it adds up and works against the idea of spending less. But if you don't want to downgrade your lifestyle just because your budget was built on fantasy math, what are you doing about it now? There is a way to get this right, but it's going to take action. Truth number 3, healthcare costs are a real wealth killer. Now, most people forget the time bomb healthcare. A healthy couple, by the way, retiring today at 65, they can expect, according to experts, to spend more than $300,000 out of pocket during their retirement. That's not including long-term care. So that's the nursing home. That kind of care can cost upwards of $120,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe $150,000 a year. And if it's home care for a couple, round the clock, maybe $250,000 per year. You will regret leaving this out of your planning. Truth number 4, inflation is eating your nest egg alive. How many times have you heard people say, I just need to save $1 million and I'll be fine? People believe this will be enough. Take it from 33 years of doing this, it's not even close. At just 3% inflation, and we've been running much hotter than that over the last several years, your buying power gets cut in half in just 24 years. If you're sitting in too much cash or safe investments, you're not preserving wealth. Your wealth is decaying. Keeping up with inflation alone requires more than 3% net performance each year. And depending on your lifestyle, along with any other sources of income that you may have, your required rate of return might be 7, 8, 9%. Preservation sounds nice, but it doesn't work if it can't outrun reality. Truth number 5, Social Security. It's on life support. You've heard about this, I'm sure, in the news. Social Security's trust fund, it's projected to be insolvent around 2033. That's only about 8 years, unless Congress steps in. And when was the last time they did anything on time? Benefits could be cut by 20 to 25%. Now, this is fixable, but only if politicians stop overspending and robbing from Peter to pay Paul. I did a video years ago on Social Security, and I called it the greatest Ponzi scheme of all time. Taxes are taken today from every employee, and those taxes are used to pay benefits to current recipients of Social Security. If the taxes cease to exist, or if there's not enough of them, Social Security is gone. The Social Security Trust, it is well known for being an easy access point for money when politicians want to spend more. If your plan relies on a Social Security check, do you think it's time to consider Plan B? I promised some solutions, right? The first, go through a process of planning. You have to understand taxable and tax-deferred and tax-free accounts and how they fit your short and long-term situation. You probably need a professional to help you with that planning. The next point, reduce taxes. And to reduce capital gains taxes, you must stop overtrading your investment accounts. If you insist on adjusting your portfolio through active trading, that's okay. Just learn the art of loss harvesting. Done correctly, you can offset capital gains by harvesting capital losses throughout the year. You get to keep more of what you make, grow your wealth faster. The next point is create income where it makes sense. Whether it's annuities or dividends or option premiums or rental income, there's plenty of choices. And all of these give you an edge during retirement. Your goal is avoiding the mandatory selling of shares in a down market when you need the income most. And lastly, for the love of compounding, invest for growth. Compound interest is an incredible tool. It can turn little bits of money into huge amounts of money over your lifetime as you're saving. You don't want to invest too safely, particularly when you're young. When it comes to growth and safety, you simply need to know the amount of each that fits your situation. Too many investors, they are conservative in the early years, which is when they should be aggressive. Therefore, they often get too aggressive in the later years to catch up. So we break this stuff down weekly. Real financial strategies, not this TikTok fluff or recycled advice. If you're serious about protecting your future, hit that subscribe button and join our community that's not afraid of the truth. Retirement isn't a finish line. It's a decades-long phase that requires precision, planning, and honesty. You've been sold a dream. I'm here to show you how to build a plan that actually works, because hopes and dreams have nothing to do with strategy. Drop your comments and let me know how you are planning for retirement and the advice that you're following. If you have questions or you want us to do a show on a certain topic or something that's keeping you up at night, drop it in the comments. We'll make it happen. I'll see you next time on We're Talking Money.